Hello everyone and welcome back to the EGincontroL versus CombatEX show match. This is game 3. Now you might be asking yourself, where is game 2? And the answer to that question is that it was not included in the replay pack. The reason it was not included in the replay pack is because when EGincontroL released the replays, it wasn't even it wasn't a real game. CombatEX proxy 2-gated him and beat him. So game 2 goes to CombatEX on Ohana with the 10-10 gate, most likely in that spot by the forward Zelnaga tower. And so we're going to jump into game 3. So CombatEX spawning in the top right corner, the pink Protoss, and EG's EGincontroL, the team captain, spawning in the bottom left. So game 1, of course, going to EGincontroL through some Dark Templar play. And game 2 going to CombatEX through the patented 10-10 gate. So very interesting to see whether we will see a macro game or CombatEX will elect to cheese again. CombatEX, of course, master of cheese, famous for the combat cannon. Although it doesn't look like cheese as we see maybe it does look like cheese, a forge opener. Interesting. So it probably is cheese. I just honestly assumed that was a gateway, but it was not. EGincontroL scouting around extra for cheese after losing in game 2. And CombatEX coming over looking to take another game with cheese. CombatEX, of course, famous for it. And EGincontrol's ready for it. He knows what's coming. CombatEX trying for it still. And that is a wall off, but CombatEX's probe on the wrong side of it. He might try to cancel this pylon and rebuild it or something, but EGincontroL very, very prepared for this. He knew CombatEX probably couldn't beat him in a real game, or at least wouldn't try to, and CombatEX loses the probe, cancels one of the pylons. EGincontroL smartly keeping this probe patrolling here. And CombatEX, does EGincontroL have vision of this? No, he does not. CombatEX distracting him in the chat. Very, very CombatEX-ish. I love it. And does EGincontroL have vision of it? Yes, he does. CombatEX trying to put his combat cannons down. EGincontroL pulling probes and a zealot. Doesn't want to let this cannon finish. One of the worst things you can do with the cannon rush is let that first cannon finish, because after that it all goes downhill. CombatEX lets that finish. That's a mistake. Cancels. It looks like EGincontroL is held. Oh, maybe not. CombatEX. Full wall off behind the mineral line. This is brutal. I'm speechless, guys. Will EGincontroL really lose the second game in a row to cheese? It's going to be hard to say. He needs to start DPSing this pylon down. He has 2 zealots working on this one. Very smart. And this is EGincontrol's pylon, so he can get across and start to damage this cannon. And this isn't even powered yet. EGincontrol's going to be able to damage it down before it can even get damage off. And this is bad for CombatEX. EGincontroL with a brilliant, brilliant hold of the cannon rush. And I have one thing to say to CombatEX, and that is, you ain't Galsy, baby. CombatEX attempting to go for the Galsy style behind the mineral line cannon rush. We saw Galsy execute the exact same cannon rush that Combat just attempted against FXO Baby Knight. Exact same rush, exact same map. Of course, Galsy succeeded because he's Galsy. But Combat failing here, and EGincontroL wants to be extremely aggressive after this. CombatEX on his heels after that failed rush, putting 2 cannons at his ramp. This is rough for Combat. I like him to put a third cannon down. He knows EGincontroL wants to all in him after that. He knows he probably can't hold. And I remember in one of CombatEX's instructional YouTube videos, he said his favorite follow-up to the cannon rush is to proxy 5 gates. So, yep, this is what's going on right here. Combat basically saying, look, I'm going to put cannons at my front door. You're going to have to throw away a shitload of units to kill me. EGincontroL saying, I'm way ahead. I'll make him make cannons. What the hell? But EGincontroL probably should be looking for cheese, as after you fail a cannon rush, it's incredibly hard to macro and actually come back. So the fact that EGincontroL knows that, of course, being a pro gamer, and yep, he's looking around for cheese. So, and he's going to find it. Yep, Combat just decides to tap out after his proxy gates get scouted. Good move by Combat. Not being a dick and making the game play out where he would have lost anyway. Some of you might be saying, well, I mean, why didn't he play it out? Well, after EGincontroL scouts the gates, I mean, it's fucking over. He just gets an immortal, a couple centuries. Those are zealots coming out. Combat hasn't even taken his gases. He's all in on these gateways, and as soon as they're scouted, they're rendered useless. And he has no chance or shot in hell to expand. So, CombatEX taking game 2 with cheese and losing game 3 with cheese. So, some cute expression like live and die by your sword, or I don't know, can't win macro games, whatever you want to say. So, EGincontroL up 2-1 in this best of 5 show match for $100 and all the bragging rights in the world. I'll see you guys in game 3.